All right, what's happening, fam? Ooh, yeah. L.A.R. movie still moving. Tony, Tony, tone. Uh, the book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled Foreplay and Seduction. So I'm on the phone yesterday with a friend of mine, and we're talking about, men and women, right? And, she's asking me some questions, about guys and what turns us on in our sex habits and what can, you know, get us there to get her there, right? So I tell her, normally what gets women off is foreplay, romance. And normally what gets men off is seduction. And, and let's get into it. So I'm going to start with the foreplay part. You have to get in a woman's mind to get her body to react in the ways that she's comfortable with getting off sexually. So that just doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts in the morning. It starts with a compliment or something like that. Something to put something on her mind, what she thinks about you during the day. Send a call, leave a message, send her a text message, something flirty or whatever. Let her play into her anticipation of what will happen when you see each other. Let her know she's beautiful and all that, but let her know what you're gonna do to her. And that's mental foreplay, right? And now she'll be at work or or at home thinking about you. So you got her mind, and her mind, because a lot of women overthink and think a lot anyway. So when you get her mind starts revving up her body during the during the day. So now you got that. That's going. That's your foreplay. But then when you get to her, you have to take your time. Because just like she's anticipating, us as men, we're anticipating. And the problem with us anticipating is, if we've been wanting it all day long, we going to go in there and try to smash it out. And, we ain't going to last that long. Well, that's what most women complain about, men not lasting long. And biologically, we're not made to last that long. But that's the thing. So what you do is you use foreplay to your advantage. Because if you got her revved up mentally, she's revved up physically. You get what I'm saying? So she's already closer to that climax because her mind is close, has her thinking about that sex for a longer period of time. Just like when you as a man think about it, you gonna swole all the way home and you ready to go ahead and get it in, and 37 pumps and it's out of there, right? But you gotta have her feeling the same way. That way when you're in there, she been waiting all day and she's revved up and hot, there you go. But sometimes you gotta add on to that for some guys. You gotta do the things that turn her on even more, physically, whether it be her, her breast, her the way the way you suck her breast, or kiss her in certain ways in certain places, or go down or whatever, right? The way you grab her, the way you take control and kind of dominate her is always helps and turn it on, because women like that feeling, that aggression, that masculine energy, right? So it is what it is. So that's the foreplay. You gotta get a master that, because what it does for you is it gives you time to get your mind off of that experience. You dig? And when you get your mind off of that experience, you can have sex in a better way, because if you can focus on getting the woman off and finding out what turns her on, it'll let you keep moving. Because when you just so focused on getting in there and getting it, you feeling everything that's on there, you kind of tender with it. You feeling everything, and you get them 37 pumps, and it's out of there, like I said earlier, right? So some guys got to know that. That's how you find these women's G-spot, is when you concentrating on pleasing them. And when you and even when you're looking, having sex, and if you're looking for a G-spot or whatever, right, kind of helps you, because now you're focused on finding that spot, or hitting it a certain way, or stroking a certain way, that you get that reaction out of her. So then you okay, this is what works. This is the one that works. So that process actually works in your favor. Now let's get to the seduction part, because the seduction part is for the ladies, right? So what happens is this, and I was trying to explain to my friend this way. Men like say, men will go to like a strip club, not so much for the lewdness of the stripper and the tricks that she does. You know, we like to see women with visual guys, naked bodies and all that. Yeah, the fantasy of having that girl, yeah, that's cool. But a lot of times, even strippers are better suited because they know what seduction is. And a lot of you ladies are uncomfortable in being feminine. So it's not that you can't do the stripper tricks. It's that you're not in tune with your femininity to the point that you're seductive. What I mean by that is this: how a exotic dancer, how about that, would dance in front of you for once is different than how she would give you a lap dance. And a lap dance is more seductive than on the stage. So I would tell them, when you being seductive, it's the way that you straddle that guy, the way you walk to him, you know, the way you smell when you get up close, how your skin feels, you know, so the fact that you're confident in your clothes, in your walk, in rubbing your skin up against his, and your subtle gestures of whispering and telling him certain things you want him to do to you, and you know, rubbing your hair against his body, and this, that, and the third, you know. Do I have a, no, my remote is gone. Anyway, doing those things, like, you know, when the guys say dance for me, we ain't really talking about making it clap and all that other stuff. No, we're talking about when you, like, if you came into the room fresh out the shower, and you know, you at the door with some high heels, rubbing lotion on yourself, you know, listening to some music, you feeling yourself. See, the seduction part is when you feeling yourself is a turn on for us, because, you know, in a basic way, us men, we want to be wanted and we need to be needed. So when you're seductive, you're telling us you want us, you know, and when you're feeling yourself and seductive, you're telling us you need us. So that's a imperative turn on. And a lot of times ladies get awkward in that thing, and for some guys it's cool, because even the fact that she's trying to be seductive is also a turn on. But for women who get it, they know what we're talking about. You know, this is, you know, they wear the clothes that their man likes to see them in. That's seduction, because he can't keep his mind off of her. You dig? Like, she knows how to walk in her heels. That's seduction, because he can hear you coming. And every man knows what it sounds like to hear a woman who's comfortable in her femininity walking heels. We know that sound. Like, oh yeah, I don't know who she is, I don't know what she look like, but she got it. You know, that's seduction. You know, you know, doing that crazy stuff, like you don't have, we not in the licking our nipples and biting us on the neck and stuff. For some guys, yeah, but for the most part, it's the seduction of opening up the door so we can walk in. Because one of the things that guys do, even when we're about to have sex with women, there's a space where she might want to have sex, but she's not yours. See, when you seduce a man, you're letting him know that you're his, and that's extra turn on, because you want him. You're doing this for him. It makes it, like y'all want to feel special. That's y'all way of making us feel special, and then we gonna feel special together. You dig? So when it comes to foreplay, that's one thing. When it comes to foreplay, is our responsibility for y'all, and seduction is y'all responsibility for us. And sometimes the miscommunication of foreplay and seduction makes a bad sexual experience. But if you get those two things together, if he gets the foreplay right and she gets the seduction right, you're always gonna have great sex. So just talking a little bit about that. So we out on this one. Peace.